From the heart of Barnstable, welcome to the Wednesday, September 10th edition of Barnstable Today. I'm Len Gobiel.
The Barnstable Conservation Commission generally deals with beaches, piers, and waterways. Yesterday, the Commission, by its own account, went into uncharted territory by looking at the shooting range. The range is controlled by the Conservation Commission. I'm Melissa Chartrand.
3 men admitted to the Commission that they were in the shooting range when they should not have been.
We're now going into show cause hearings regarding issues at the shooting range. This represents new ground for the Commission, and we've been working very hard over the last 3 years to improve conditions at the town shooting range, which is located in the Barnstable Conservation Area, and improving conditions not only for the users but for the abutters. And one of the biggest areas of complaints is after-hour shooting that has been occurring at the shooting range. The hours that are posted for the use of the shooting range are Monday to Saturday. Range hours shall be from 8 a.m. until half hour before sunset. Sundays and holidays, range hours shall be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or half hour before sunset, whichever comes first. There has been a long list of reports from abutters about violations about the closing time and people being in the shooting range after the closing time and continuing to fire in violation of the posted hours. Under Chapter 702, the Barnstable Conservation Commission may determine, based on the severity of the violation, to use one or all of the following to discourage future violations. Violation of the above regulations shall be punishable by a fine of not more than $300. Conservation staff or natural resource officers may elect to enforce violations by using the non-criminal process established by MGL Chapter 40, Section 21D. And violations may result in revocation of all range permits after a hearing by the Conservation Commission. There are 3 individuals who are listed this morning for show cause hearings regarding after-hours shooting at the shooting range. Is Tyler Linnell here from Marston's Mills? Sir, if you'd come up to the microphone at the podium. Mr. Linnell, do you want to tell us what happened and why the after-hours shooting occurred again after your initial warning?
I have nothing really to say as far as an excuse. All I can say in my defense is it wasn't a malicious act. It was an honest mistake in both cases, whereas I lost track of time.
Can I make a motion?
Go ahead.
That that the Department of Natural Resources be mandated to remove, suspend, revoke the license, the permit range for Mr. Linnell from September 9th, 2008 till September 9th of 2009.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? The permit is revoked for 1 year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is Dominic Gauthier of Mashpee.
Yes, usually I'm there about 4:30. I get there about 4:30.
You were aware of the rules, though, about sunset?
Yep,
shooting?
half an hour before sunset.
Okay.
And how do you determine what sunset is?
Usually when the sun hits the top of the trees there at the shooting range is usually when I leave, and I've never had a problem before with that.
Don't agree. I need a motion.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that that the Department of Natural Resources be mandated to revoke Mr. Gauthier's range permit for a period of 6 months commencing September 9th, 2008.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? It's approved unanimously. Your permit is revoked for 6 months. The last show cause hearing is for Kenneth S. And Kenneth, I've forgotten how to say your last name already, of Hyannis.
That's Verostigi, sir.
Thank you.
And the lady that gave me the permit did explain it to me. However, I was under the impression that there was no shooting past, the half hour before sunset. I didn't understand that you had to be off of the range half hour before sunset.
But you understand that now?
Yes.
I'd make a motion that Mr. Verastiki receive a 6-month revocation or suspension of his license from today's date.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Your permit has been revoked for 6 months starting from today.
You're talking about the range permit, correct?
The permit to use the shooting range,
Yes.
that's correct.
Linda Hutchenreiter is our town clerk. Next week is the state primary election, and Len had a chance to ask Linda about the upcoming election.
We have an election coming up on Tuesday, and it's quite interesting because it is the primary. And primaries always get people confused. Why does that happen?
Oh, it happens, and it happens every single year. Basically because when you have a primary, that is a party election. So if you are a Republican, you will only be allowed to have a Republican ballot because you are voting as a member of that party. The same goes with Democrat, Green Rainbow, and Working Families. If you're unenrolled, you can pick any of the above when you go in there, and it doesn't register you in that party. It just allows you the opportunity to have a ballot from whatever party you choose. But you can't have a choice. So if you go in and you say, I want a Democratic ballot, and they look at the list and they say, you're a Republican, you cannot have anything other than a Republican ballot.
So you have to take the ballot of which party you are registered.
Exactly.
And let's say I'm unenrolled and I choose the Republican Party, but I don't want to be known as a Republican or a Democrat or any of the others. I want to go back to being unenrolled. How does that happen?
You always remain unenrolled. You just have a choice when you go to the party and when you go to the polls as to what ballot you want, but you will never change your enrollment. A number of years ago, a new law went into effect, and what that did was it took away the person's having to sign back again. That was an extraordinary expense. It was an extraordinary waste of time. You'd go in, you'd pick a particular party ballot, and then you automatically had to turn around and knock yourself out of that party and go back to unenrolled.
How much help do you need on Election Day, primaries and the general election? Do you have enough people working at the polls?
We have just enough. And this time what we have done is we have asked the wardens to have an extra person to help check in and an extra person to help check out. Plus, we need individuals who will help with the automark machines, which is the handicapped accessible machines. So consequently, we do need extra people. So they can apply very easily. Just call my office. I'll take your name and your number, and I will turn around.
Tell them the number. What's your number?
Okay. My number is 508-862-4044.
Now I'm a good American citizen, and I want to do this out of the goodness of my heart.
Yes.
Is that true, or can I get paid?
You will get paid. You're not going to get rich,
What a
but
country.
you will get
What
paid.
a
Yes.
country. Now, Linda, I've known you for a long time, and I've noticed you have never lost your enthusiasm for your job, have you?
No, I haven't. I love it.
You really
there are
love
days that it's a little frustrating, but I truly, truly love it.
You do.
Yes.
And it shows. And
Thanks.
we're really lucky here in the town of Barnstable to have somebody as good as you are.
Well, I appreciate it.
And we thank the voters for that, because you,
Yes.
too, are elected.
You've got it. And I hope they keep supporting me.
I want to thank Linda Hutchenreiter, Barnstable Town Clerk, for joining us on Barnstable Today.
Tonight's weather will be clear and temperatures will be in the mid-60s. Tomorrow will be mostly clear, again with temperatures in the mid-60s.
On the meeting front, tonight the Zoning Board of Appeals will meet here at Barnstable Town Hall. The Land Acquisition and Preservation Committee will also meet here at Barnstable Town Hall. And the Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee will meet in the West Barnstable Community Building.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Chartrand.
Please join us again tomorrow. I'm Len Gobile.